In today's video, I am going to be breaking down why Luka Doncic is so scary and hard and impossible to defend. If you're looking to become a better basketball player, this is definitely a video that's going to help you with a lot of the footwork as well as the skills that Luka Doncic has. If you really want, check out my vertical jump training book. It's all about bodyweight down in the description below. Okay, so first off, Luka Doncic is an amazing player who really enjoys taking smaller defenders into the post so that he can score easily on them. So when he does have a shorter defender, he will start to take them down into the low post. Here he's taking his defender down into the paint, where now he's facing this way. He has a top foot right here, and he then spins off and attacks that top foot. When he does that, he takes two long steps, stretches out very, very far away as possible from his defender, and he's able to scoop that into the basket. Using a spin move is a very fantastic move because it really does catch your defender off guard. Doncic also has pretty well unlimited range. Here we see him pulling up from the logo, but how does he do this? Well, first off, he gets a ton of arc on that ball. It's well off the screen, easily 20 to 30 feet into the air. That's number one. Number two is this step back. Watch a lot of NBA players when they do the step back. And I'm going to tell you right now, when they do this step back, if they are a right-handed player, most of the time, I'm going to say probably closer to 90% of the time, they're going to be going towards the left side when they do their step back. Meanwhile, players like James Harden will go back towards their right side because they're left-handed. The reason for this is when you're doing this step back, guess what? That is going towards your left side, which gets your right side in line with the rim. And that will allow you to have a nice straight shot. He also has great release. That is a lot of wrist flick. He has a soft release, but if we zoom in and we check out his actual release, watch his wrist, watch his hand. It basically flops around a couple of times, and then he has zero thumb flick and 45 on his shoulder, which gets his elbow above his forehead. This is what makes Luka Doncic such an amazing player. And like I was mentioning, going towards your left side automatically gets your right side automatically in line with the rim, and that is why you'll see a lot of NBA players do step backs towards their weak hand, because that gets their right side, their strong hand, in line. We see this quite a bit. Even these quick jab dribble step backs can get a defender off guard. So watch here. He's got that ball. He pivots just a little bit. He gets that defender to take a step back slightly. He then takes a nice hard pound dribble towards that player and pushes off for a step back. He lands flat-footed on that left foot, and by lifting up into his shot, that is just a very easy shot to make. Also, when he's coming off of a screen, sometimes he'll lift up. Instead of being in attack mode, he'll look like he's looking to pass. That gets defenders to step back, defenders over here to then relax just slightly, and then he changes his shoulder height to get below his defender's shoulders. Being able to change your shoulder height as well as your dribble height consistently can keep defenders off guard and be able to do moves like this where you can attack one hard dribble and then push off on that right foot. And then even though he is leaning, which is what most coaches will tell you to never do, he actually finishes straight up with his right side in line with the basket so that he can get these shots off and one. Luka Doncic is also a very good passer. He can look off ball, or at least away from where he's passing, and pass to the opposite side. That messes up this and this defender so that now he has his teammate who is able to score easily. You can also do moves like this where you can snatch back, get almost pretty well straight up so that you have the main defender, who's in this case switched off onto him, to go and try and contest a shot, and look at his ability to change his dribble and shoulder height. He gets back down low and he's able to get to the rim. He could have kicked it out for a three on the opposite side, but he's able to finish off the glass. Knowing how to use the glass is very handy as well. However, here he's coming off of a screen. He does that snatch back and changes his height. Changing your height of your shoulders and your dribble is so vital on messing up defenders so that you can get to that rim. When he does these spin moves, so this is a very good move to use, but if you've got a post player or you've got another player who's actually defending you pretty strong in the post, what you can do when you spin off, there's two things you want to try and do. So here when he spins, he's trying to get his left foot on this side of Jalen Green's foot, and then when he spins, he wants to lock that elbow on that shoulder of that defender so that when he spins off, he has basically locked that defender behind him, and then he's able to go up for that layup. This is not an offensive foul because he's not initiating contact. That defender already had his body up against Luka Doncic. You are allowed to lock out a defender like this because that's what's called using angles. However, if he was to lift his elbow up to shoulder height, that would be a foul because that would show to the referee you are trying to create contact. However, by keeping your shoulder or your elbow below your shoulder, you can lock out defenders, and that can allow you to have easy baskets. And let's not forget that Luka Doncic really knows how to use screens. There's three ways that you can use a screen. If your defender goes over top of the screen, you need to cut in quickly. This will allow you to have a 2-on-1 situation. If your defender goes underneath the screen, you can either go back and rescreen, or you can pop for a 3. The other option is if that defender instead was to try and cut off that screen, you can then cut back. However, here we have a screener who then has that main defender go over top of the screen, which then puts Luka Doncic and Porzingis into a 2-on-1 situation. Luka Doncic then keeps the ball up high, keeps it away from reaching defenders. You always want to try and keep that ball high. If you have it down low and that player hacks your arm, it's not going to be a foul. You're technically out of control according to that referee. So because of that, by keeping your arms up high, the ball up high, you can make this main defender think that you could pass it. For one, it's going to help stop this guy from hacking away at your arms. And for 3, it gives you an easy ability to get that shot off. If you're looking to jump higher, make sure to really check out the jump training book down below. It uses all body weight. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.